I've been in some really deep thought lately, Okay, so, most of you know, if you've gotten a chance to look at my last two videos, that I've been thinking about this whole Trayvon Martin situation. And, in life, some things really hit you. I'm not a person, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not a person who watches the news. Anybody that's seen any of my previous videos know that my acronym for CNN is constant negative news. No disrespect, any news station really is, by the time you get up in the morning and you look at the news and you hear how many children have been hurt and how many women have been battered, how many people have been robbed, how many young men and women have been shot and killed, you leave your house in the morning with that in your head. Come on. If you are immune to it, well, more power to you, but when I'm leaving in the morning and I'm getting ready for my day, I don't want to leave with all that mess in my head. That's just my choice. That's my choice. And speaking of choices, that's what my video is about today. It's about the choices that we make. And if you take time to listen to the entirety of this video, you may get something, you may not get something. I hope you get something. The Trayvon Martin situation, it's very sad. It's tragic. And, this George Zimmerman dude, in my opinion, he probably got up that morning, I'm not in his head, nor do I want to be in his head. But, he got up in the morning, did his regular thing, probably went and did what he does, go to work, whatever, check into his neighborhood watch, patrol area, whatever he does. But I can guarantee that I'm almost sure that he didn't know that at the end of the day, he would be one of the most hated men in the world right now, for anybody who stands for justice, that is, because of course you guys know there are a few sickos out there that don't give a hoop about that, but we don't have time to be taken in by their madness, because look, if you stop to worry about the negative people and the haters and the idiots and the sickos that really don't care about what happened to this young man, even though they may have children and family members, cousins, nephews, uncles, whatever the case may be, I don't have time to be wrapping my brain around no sickness like that, because I'm very aware that there are sickos in this world, and so let them be sick. Let the sick be with the sick. I have no time for it. So anyway, so he got up, and never knew that he would more than likely end up in this situation. See, I'm coming to learn over, in my latter years, because I'm going to tell you the truth. My latter years are so much more fruitful and productive than my former years. I have grown into such a more defined person. That's the word I want to use this morning. And I come to realize that there are, we have the freedom of choice. We all have the freedom to make the choices that we want to make. And I'm here to tell you guys today that the choices that we make, that you make and I make, determine what our life is going to be. See, if your mindset is built on a philosophy of negativity, hatred, all types of backbiting and cheating and stealing and lying, and the basis of who you are is all that I've mentioned, trust me, you're going to end up making some really bad choices in your life, because you don't have a database of good things going through your mind to help you to make the right choices. Am I making sense to anyone? Now, this doesn't mean that people who have a philosophy of wanting to be a better person, living a positive life, being about positive change, making some really good decisions so they could be sound mind, have a good, sound, healthy body, have a good, sound financial life. Those types of folks will also make decisions that aren't the best. But if the base, if the foundation, if what you're rooted and grounded in is poison, then the fruits that you present are going to be poisonous fruit. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it that way. If I planted a tree today and I fertilized it with all types of cyanide and poison, would you want to eat from that tree any fruit? No, think about it. If I came to you and I said, how you doing, girl? How you doing, homie? How you doing, my friend? Listen, I got a nice piece of fruit here, but let me tell you, I fertilized it with cyanide and, you know, all this poisonous stuff. But don't worry, it made it grow faster, but you can have a bite. Want some? Come on, y'all. Some things just has to make sense to you. The choices that we make in this life are very, very instrumental and detrimental to our lives. Let me tell you a story that I heard. And I'm not gonna, you know, go all into it, but I'm just gonna give you the main point of it. There was a man who was dying, and he had 2 sons. He called his sons into his bedside, and he said, you know what? I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna leave you with 3 things. One is easy to give. It's easy to give. And I think the first one was love. The second one was hard to give, easy to use, and I think that would be money. And I think the third one was hard, easy to give, but impossible to make you use or something. The other one was choices. So he tells them, listen, I'm going to give you guys a choice of how, you know, you're going to get your inheritance. He said, I'm giving you either $1 million in cash, or I'm going to give you a penny that multiplies daily, that doubles in value daily. So in other words, I'm going to give you the $1 million cash, or I'm going to give you a penny. Over 31 days, that penny will mature. It will double the value every day. So he told the sons, go home, think about it tonight, come back and let me know what you feel tomorrow. The first son went home. He was like, what? $1 million? I know what I'm going to do. Made his plans, called up his homies. They got some business ideas, got some business ventures. He was like, yep. We're going to do this. Call your people. Let your people call my people. Let my people call your people. I mean, he was already working it out. The other young man, he went home, picked up a book. He didn't really say much. So the next day, the father called him in, and they both said, you know, first the father said, well, did you guys make your mind up on what you want to do? And the first son said, yep, I'll take the $1 million. He got $1 million cash, crispy, 100,000, you know, whatever, the largest bills that he could give him, he got it. You got my point. He got his $1 million. The other guy said, no, I haven't made up my mind yet. And then a couple days later, he went back to his dad. He said, I'll take the penny, Dad. Doubled in value over 31 days. So the first brother went, made his investments, got his boys. They rented an office. He hired consultants. They looked into business ventures. He invested in different things. And, you know, it was moving. The other young man, the first day was a penny. The second day was 2. The third day was 4. The fourth day was 8. The fifth day was 6. You get what I'm saying? It doubled. Do you know, I'm just going to cut to the chase because we don't have a lot of time here. Do you know that after the first couple of weeks, the first brother that got the $1 million, he had to pay for the place he rented, pay the staff he hired, this, that, and the other. One of his investments failed, and I think he was ahead by $100,000 or $200,000. And do you know, after 31 days, his money was down to almost nothing. But after 31 days, the young man who took the penny, do you know how much that one penny doubled in value to over 31 days? Over $10 million. Yep, you do the math if you don't believe me. Over $10 million. And you want to know something? That is how the little things that we do in life that we think almost make no difference, it's almost seemingly insignificant. We make bad choices and we don't see the results right away. we don't see the results because, you do something bad today, it doesn't show up tomorrow. Okay, but doing something over and over, compound the penny, doubling in value every day is called compound interest. And I'm telling you that the same thing happens in life. If you do something continuously over and over every day, negative, not productive, not meeting your, responsibilities, not taking care of yourself, not taking care of your home, over a period of time, that compound interest of not doing well will affect you, and it will hit you in the face like a brick. But guess what? The good news is it will also do the same for you in a positive manner. Doing little things over and over, seemingly insignificant, that you don't even think anybody notices or makes a difference. It will come back and embrace you and catapult you into success. Am I making sense to anybody? This message is for somebody today. The choices that we make will affect us, and because we don't see the results in our face immediately, we don't think it even matters. And eventually, when you live a life of not doing the things carefully, being positive, changing your philosophies, getting your mind right, you'll end up being like George Zimmerman, and one day just getting up and making a choice because his foundation had to be on some negative, hateful ground. And I'm not judging him, I'm just saying, by their fruits you will know them. His fruits seem to be rotten to the core. Hey, no judging, but it is what it is. Okay, guys, I hope I help someone. I really hope I help someone today. Thank you for watching my videos. Thanks to my new subscribers. We're gonna do this, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I love you guys, but with or without you, I'm doing it. I love you guys sincerely, but I'm telling you right now, if you join me, I'm happy. I want to do this with you, but if you don't, I'm doing it because there's 5% of this world, 5% that controls 95%. You want to know why? Do you want to know why 5% of this world controls 95%? Because the 5% got it. They got their philosophies together. They're doing little things over and over consistently that seem insignificant, but they're continuously doing it and they're reaping the results. Remember what I told y'all? 90 days of activity produces results. There's something I want to say to let you really get this, because sometimes when you hear messages like my message, you may want to look back and say to yourself, Dag, I've messed up so much. I'll never get it right. I made bad decisions, and oh my goodness, how can I ever meet, these goals? Don't do that. Start afresh and anew right where you are. There's nothing that you could do about the things that you've already done. You cannot go back and change the hands of time, but you have the power to change how you move forward. Don't look back and cry over that spilt milk. Remember, I told you before, the milk that is spilled is sour. Okay? And also, it doesn't mean that when you do make an error in judgment or you do make a mistake, if the basis of your belief and your philosophies are rooted and grounded in positivity, and I'm going to do this, your mindset is okay. Don't worry about the errors. Don't worry about the mistakes. Keep moving forward, because I told you that we're human. We make mistakes. So we pick ourselves up from wherever we fell. We brush ourselves off and we keep it moving. Okay? It's about now, today, the step that you take. Success, my darlings, is not it's not a destination. It's a process. Success is a process. You don't start to you don't go on a diet and the first day of your diet you step on the scale and expect to see 10 pounds lost. It's a process. You eat right, you cut back on whatever it is that's fatty to you, or you eat healthy. You don't see the results right away. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't see it right away. That's the same thing with either living negative or living positive. You don't see it right away. But over a period of time, gradually, you will see the results of whatever you're doing. good or bad. Does that make sense, guys? I hope it does. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, guys. I appreciate you so much. And as I always say when I close my videos, peace and love. Take care.